Hi, guys. Welcome to this episode of the Media and Content Business Podcast. And like always, we try to get the best of people who are doing amazing stuff out there with content and who are trying to leverage content to build a business. And this week we have Anthony with us, and Anthony is very, very active on LinkedIn, and that's how I had discovered him. And he's heavily active, where he writes a lot about D2C marketing, which is quite the rage right now. So, without me saying much, first of all, thanks a lot, Anthony, for agreeing to come to this podcast.
Thanks, Jugal. Thanks for hosting me. I'm so excited today to be a part of this and answer your questions.
Great, great, Anthony. So, Anthony, let's just begin right away. Would you, want to introduce yourself to the audience? What is it that you're doing, and probably a brief about your background as well.
Okay, so I currently run a company called Alpha Marketer, where we are building a community for e-commerce folks,
Okay,
and as a company we would want to impact 10,000 businesses in the next 5 years. Okay, that's the mission that we are working towards,
right.
to get profitable with the power of conversational marketing. Okay,
All right.
so conversational marketing comes in various sizes and forms. But right now, the biggest thing is WhatsApp, where you can have conversation, between a business and a customer easily at scale.
Right.
So
Right.
that's the big thing. So we are building a community around that, and we are also educating them with a lot of cohort based training programs and online courses. Um, so
Okay.
we are building an ecosystem. Okay, that's what we are
Right.
doing
Right.
in essence. Now,
Right.
apart from this, if you ask about me, I've been in this marketing space for 15 years. So for the first 12 years I was in the corporate, worked with companies big and small, and
I think one
built
was Flinto
marketing
Books as well.
teams. Yes, yes. I was also the head of marketing at Flinto. That was my last organization. So in 2019, I decided to start something of my own. So I quit my job and started Alpha Marketer. And
Right.
it initially started as maybe an ed tech company where I was trying to teach people about marketing,
Right.
and a lot of online courses, cohort based courses were there. But then
Right.
COVID happened, and then there was a big demand for people to run ads for D2C brands, right? So
Right.
we got approached by a couple of D2C brands, and that's when we thought,
Okay.
okay, fine, I have a couple of my students for like who have been trained on marketing. Why not give them some practical exposure? So we
Right.
quickly built a team and pivoted to an agency, and
Okay.
we started offering Facebook ad services for the new and upcoming e-commerce brands. And that went well, that went really well, until 2020, mid of 2020, when the Apple iOS 14 update happened, and a lot of these brands were struggling with Facebook ads, because Apple said you can't track the data
Right.
anymore like before without the consent of the user. So that
Right.
was a big blow to a lot of e-commerce brands, in general, to business in general. Okay, it's
Right.
not only in
There's
India
been
but
a lot of
across
talk
the world.
about it.
Yeah, yeah. So that is when
So,
we found opportunity with WhatsApp, right?
okay.
So people are struggling with running ads. So we thought, okay, what if we own the data, and once we own the data, we control how to communicate with the customers, right? So that
Right.
was an opportunity that got presented itself with WhatsApp marketing. So before this whole Apple iOS 14 fiasco happened, before that itself, we were experimenting with WhatsApp marketing for a couple of our clients, and it was working very well. And when this happened, it was an opportunity. We scaled it, and so the goal was, what, let's run ads not to sell, let's run ads to collect data. right? and
Okay.
and after that we have a whole set of systems in place to have conversation with people, understand them, educate them, build trust, and then eventually sell. So that was a model that we discovered later in the journey. So after that, it's been a roller coaster ride. We work with more than 25 brands in the industry, and now slowly we are moving into a model where we are teaching people how to do WhatsApp marketing. We are even guiding
So,
brands how to
and
do WhatsApp marketing.
Anthony, I'm just going to cut you short out here, and I'll just kind of recap so far what you've done. So it's very interesting that you started out first as an edtech company, and then COVID
Yeah.
happened, and then because of these circumstances, you kind of pivoted to becoming sort of an agency for marketing
Yes.
itself, right? And then
Yeah.
again, because of another event, with the Apple and advertisements, you kind of put your focus into WhatsApp conversational marketing, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
been a very interesting journey. And right now, what you're mentioning is that you are training more and more people to kind of become WhatsApp marketeers, right?
Yes, that's right.
So now you have two aspects, wherein one is where you continue to run ads, act as an agency, but on the other hand, you're also training more people to become WhatsApp marketeers.
So now we have slowed down on the agency part. So now we are no
Okay.
more an agency. Okay,
Okay.
now we are full blown community, and through the community we are empowering people to learn about WhatsApp marketing. Okay, and we're
Okay.
also becoming an ecosystem where we have D2C brands join in the community. We have performance marketing agencies join in the community. We have copywriters join in the community. Everybody is coming together to learn WhatsApp marketing,
Right.
and
Right.
when they learn, they are able to hire each other out, right?
Great.
So that's the kind of system that we're building.
Wow, that's awesome. So, Anthony, I'm going to come straight away to the LinkedIn, how you've posted a lot of content on LinkedIn. Just want to understand,
Yeah.
when did this aspect, when this content strategy come into your playbook, saying that, what, I want to post a lot of content out on LinkedIn. And what was the motivation behind it?
It all started, I think, December 2021.
Okay.
So 1st of December 2021, I decided, you know what, hey, I need to build credibility if I
Okay.
have to sell my products.
Okay.
Simple. Okay, so how do I build credibility? I can do videos, I can do audio podcasting, or I can do writing,
Right.
right? And in all these things I found writing to be the one to start with, and I wanted to resume my writing journey. I used to write a long time back. I used to be a blogger. So I thought, okay, writing will be simple. Let's get started somewhere. Okay, so always to start with something that is simple, and think get things going.
Right.
So in December, I made a decision that, hey, let me make it a habit that no
Okay.
matter what, at morning 8:50 a.m. there
Okay.
will be a post from me about WhatsApp marketing on LinkedIn.
Okay. And
Okay,
this is every
why
day.
LinkedIn? Every day, no matter what.
Okay.
Okay,
Awesome.
so it's,
Yeah.
it's it's been over 300 days that I'm writing nonstop. Okay,
Oh wow! So
and
every day for the last three. So you've put out 300 posts the last 300
more
days.
than that, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. Yes, please continue. Yeah,
Yeah,
you were saying
so
while.
that was the thing. So yeah, why LinkedIn? So why LinkedIn is, again, the question is, you need to choose where your audience is hanging out. Okay,
Right.
so in my case, I want to have e-commerce founders attention. I want to have the attention of the agencies out there. Okay, we need to
Okay.
get these two entities, and then convince them that, what, WhatsApp marketing is a good solution for their problems, right? So this serious audience was available on LinkedIn. So I thought that's where to start. Okay, but now we are pivoting to video. That is the next. So we have done this for last 300 days. Now
Okay.
we are slowly pivoting into video as well. Slowly we are moving into YouTube as well. Whatever
Okay.
we has worked, whatever has rang a bell in our audience's mind, that we are able to track and understand. Now we are doubling down on that you know, uh, on LinkedIn as well as on YouTube.
Right. So I'm going to come down to this YouTube part in a bit, Anthony, but just wanted to understand how has so you said okay, you decided on LinkedIn because of the TG, because you thought that your TG resides there, and you started coming and posting content consistently, and that's been one of the major hallmarks of everyone that I've spoken to. Consistency really matters, right? And right down to the
Yeah.
time as well. Yeah. So just wanted to understand how has the result been in terms of, so you particularly write content, and at the end I've seen that you're driving people to become a part of your community, right? Wherein you
Yeah.
mentioned that you want them to kind of get trained as well and see what is happening in WhatsApp marketing. So
Yeah.
how has LinkedIn been as a platform for you in terms of getting these kind of people? What has the response been in terms of number of subscribers? If you can give us a ballpark figure as to what are the conversions and what have you derived out of it?
Great. So LinkedIn has been a game changer for us.
Right.
So the first, I think, 3 to 4 months of the journey from December to March end,
Right.
we were purely focusing on driving clients for the agency. So till March, we were an agency.
Okay.
Okay, so I used to write every single day on WhatsApp marketing, and detailing a specific strategy that an e-commerce brand can use it. Okay, it will be actionable. So we are not into giving any gyan or any knowledge or any one-liner quote or motivation stuff, right?
Right. Right.
We want to attract people who want a solution for their problem, right? That's
Right.
what it is. End of the day, people are going to pay you money, right? They are going to pay you money if you prove to them that you can solve their problem and you can make money for them,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
that was the underlying thought. So every single day, before posting, the question I ask is, hey, is it going to solve a problem for my end customer, which is the
Awesome.
D2C brand? Okay, can I show them an
Right.
example? Can I give them a use case? And that's what I used to document every single day, right? So I was doing this for the first four
Yeah. I,
months
I really, I
non-stop.
really, right.
Sorry.
I said I really love your use cases. By the way, I mean it's very interesting to go through them.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we did it,
Sorry.
we got more than 160 meetings booked. Right. So every
Wow.
single day, the post we create, at the end there will be a call to action to book a meeting. Okay, so
Wow.
every post is a business post for us, right? Every single day, every post, there is a use case, an example, how to do certain things, and at the end there will be a clear call to action to book a meeting. So I've got more than 150 odd meetings booked, and out of that we ended up serving over 25 clients. 25 deals were closed. Um, close to 25-30 lakhs in revenue we would have gained from that. Okay,
Wow. So,
this is
Andy, this is just the first 4 months of content that you've
yes,
written.
yes, yes.
Wow. Wow. That's really
Right.
great.
So
Okay.
after that, we pivoted to the community model where we want to build a community. So whatever we did for our clients, whatever strategies we implemented for our clients, we now started documenting that as a video program. Okay, so
Okay.
that I need not have to implement this for the clients. They can watch the video and implement themselves. Okay,
Okay.
so the idea was, how can I duplicate myself, right? So during this period, right, we were actually overbooked for at least 2 months every single month. That was
Wow.
the demand, and we had a very small team of 3 people. That's all. So I don't want to increase my team. I just want to be a solopreneur with a good set of freelancers helping me out. That's the
Right.
model that we are in.
Okay.
So at that time, I thought, okay, if there is so much demand for this, why is that there are no agencies which are doing this like me? Why can't they do WhatsApp marketing like me and fulfill the demand? So that also was a market opportunity for us, as to why can't we share this knowledge and train other agencies on WhatsApp marketing, right? So that
Wow.
was the idea, and then we built a community. So from April onwards, Same content continued, but this time the call to action we changed to join our community. Okay.
All right.
So this community is a paid community because we want to keep serious people, and we want to have good conversations within the community. And end of the day, it's business, right? So that there needs to be motivation to keep creating content. So the business
Right.
model has to be very, very clear. So
Right.
so far in the community, as of last week, we crossed 300 paid members.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
And out of that, 50% are e-commerce founders and 50% are agencies. So it's a good mix, and we are building a good ecosystem where the agencies are getting hired by the founders, by the brands out there. Okay.
okay. Wow. So
And
within the community, people are getting hired and they're hiring each
yes,
other. And
yes,
okay.
yes. And the conversations within the community eventually end up driving sales for our courses, or our courses on WhatsApp marketing.
Okay, that's so. So let me understand this funnel. The funnel is, you write on LinkedIn, people come and join your community, and
Yeah.
within that community, you are posting out content as well, and people are also interacting with each other, right?
Yes. So
And
in the community, it is not only me.
okay,
My team is also posting content. Even my students who are part of the WhatsApp marketing cohort, they're also creating content. Okay.
okay,
So
and
there we create content not only on WhatsApp, we create content in terms of e-commerce in general. We even analyze Shark Tank pitches every week. We even decode a popular TV advertisement as to like why it was good, why it was bad, and
right.
like everything related to e-commerce is talked about. We start a conversation within the community.
Okay. Okay. So that really helps you kind of, engage the audience and the kind of people that are there, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this community is basically based out of WhatsApp, or is it based out of any other
No,
group?
we have an app called Heartbeat.
Okay, okay. So, but you have a place where people are all converging together and kind of
Yes,
talking to each other. And
yes,
from within
yes,
these people, you also then finally churn out, people who kind of sign up for your courses. These are separate courses which are
yes,
visible to them, right?
yes.
Okay, wow. Just wanted to understand why the shift, is it because, I mean, why the shift from being an agency to kind of creating a community? Is it simply because of the solopreneur, effort or that lifestyle that you want to lead? Or is it because you see that they're more, uh, is it more of a lifestyle choice, or is it more of you see more money coming in and more revenues being generated via these courses?
It is a lifestyle choice. Okay. So for me, I've been in the corporate for 12 years where I've managed team big and small, built things from scratch.
Right,
And so that lifestyle is something that I have seen. I have seen extreme stress. I have seen, managing people. That is one of the most unpredictable things to do. So now I'm very clear with the path I've taken. I want to be a solopreneur. And
right,
also, I think going the education way
right.
also helps impact, maximize the impact that you can create, right?
Right.
So today what has happened is, since I've gone this mode of educating people, we have already trained 15 agencies in the last 3 months. Okay. And these
Okay,
15 agencies would have roughly, signed up 3 clients each. That is
okay,
75 odd clients, right, in total, right?
right.
So and each of them would have earned more than 3 to 4 lakhs in this process, right?
Oh,
So the
okay.
agencies are earning money. They are also able to impact a huge amount of brands also, right? So it will
Right.
not be possible if I am doing it myself. I and a team of 3 people, hardly we will be able to serve say 2 to 3 clients a month. That's our bandwidth,
Right, right, right.
right? So by
You-
sharing this knowledge, we are now able to empower a lot more people.
That's great. That's great. Anthony, I think I really just want to discuss a little bit more about your content strategy on LinkedIn. Uh,
Yeah.
it's really, really different. I mean, these days you'll see a lot of jokes also floating around that LinkedIn has very cringe-worthy content, and people usually want to go to Twitter and post content or consume content out there because it seems that there's more valuable content there, right? But
Hmm.
somehow you've managed to kind of change that, and I feel it personally as well, that you are kind of mentioning really actionable content. So, and just wanted to understand why you didn't choose Twitter as well, because like I said, a lot of that mentality has been formed in the users that LinkedIn is cringeworthy content, Twitter is valuable content. But you still stuck around to LinkedIn and probably you never explored Twitter. Any particular reason behind that, or was it just a very random choice?
I will say I'm still learning LinkedIn. Okay,
Okay.
there is so much distance to cover when it comes to LinkedIn itself, and see, it is giving me results, right? So when it is giving me results, why not double down on that, right?
Right.
So now the way that we are, uh, so LinkedIn is a platform known for uh, text content, right?
Right.
Now I'm experimenting. Okay, within LinkedIn, whatever content I have written in the past, can I make it into a video and kind of repurpose it? Okay, that way I can repurpose it to YouTube as well, right? Twitter, I'm sure it's a great platform, but just that, that's not my priority right now,
Okay.
because I'm a solopreneur, right? I can't do 100 things, and I made a conscious decision that, I don't have to spread myself thin. I stuck
Okay.
to one platform. It is working for me. It is making me great amount of money.
Right.
So let's stick to that and find out, the nitty gritties of what is working, what is not working, and then double down on what is working.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
and one more important thing is we have built a business model where we are not too dependent on a platform. Yes, today LinkedIn is a platform, but every single opportunity we are trying to de-platform them to the
Okay.
community. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so every post, every day that we create, we are deplatforming a couple of people from LinkedIn to our community, right?
Right.
So if this model is working, then this can be replicated on Twitter as well, also on YouTube or Instagram. But
Right.
right now, with just the priority and the time constraint, we are sticking to one, and we're trying to double down on what works.
Wow, this is really awesome, Anthony, because you've managed to kind of use LinkedIn for business purposes. We've hardly seen use cases like that, and with the kind of numbers that you've spoken about. And also, I really like the fact that you've prioritized just one platform. Usually, many creators or many businesses try to make this mistake that they'll want to go across platforms, all at once. That, oh, YouTube also needs to
Yeah.
be something, and you just for I think that's a learning for all of us who are listening in out here, that we first need to focus on this one platform, master it, and if it is working out for us, then we kind of double down, and then we try and get onto other platforms and get the audience from there, right?
Yeah, I think the main thing here is we need to see, where our audience is. Okay, I strongly believe people on LinkedIn are people who are business professionals. See, it is a social media platform for business purposes. You
Right.
have,
Right.
like, everybody today, like, whether they have a resume or not, they have an account on LinkedIn, right?
Right.
So the question that we need to ask is, the people are there, the
Right.
audience is here. Now the question is, how are you leveraging this audience, right?
Right.
So the problem of what I see on LinkedIn, a lot of content creators, they they are keeping wrong North Star metric.
Okay.
Okay, what is
Okay.
the North Star metric for them? For many of them, it is still likes and comments and shares,
Right.
because that is what is going to trigger their dopamine,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So they measure a success of a post by the amount of comment they like, the amount of comment they get, amount of likes they get, right?
Right.
But for me, I don't care even if I don't get any comment, any share, any like. All I care is, am I getting business,
And
right?
your content has
And
proof.
once, sorry.
And your content has kind of already is doing that for you. I mean, it's really working, like you said.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that's what matters, right? We need business to pay the bills,
Right,
right?
right, right.
So once you are clear with that, automatically your priorities will change, your motivations will change.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And it's really great to know how you've really laser focused on one platform, Anthony. But before we draw towards the end of this conversation, just wanted to kind of, I'm going to get away from the content aspect and just ask you about your D2C has been in the news for so long, and particularly now, you're hearing and listening to a lot of news that the customers have kind of tapered out. D2C is very
Hmm.
expensive. It's always marketing focused. You run marketing campaigns, you'll get customers, and you don't know whether your CAC is even going to pay for the cost of goods as well. So can you just
Yeah.
a brief about your learnings from the D2C, where it stands right now, particularly in terms of the marketing costs that D2C companies are incurring, and where do you see the future for Indian D2C firms?
Yeah, so D2C again, it's actually a brilliant opportunity. Only if you understand your numbers very well. Okay,
Okay.
so first and foremost thing to understand is there's a lot of hype about D2C e-commerce during the pandemic and a bit post pandemic, because the environment was so conducive that people were locked down in their house, and
Right.
they had to buy online, they were forced to buy online things. So the sales that the brands got at that time are not the real metric. Okay,
Right.
the
Right.
real thing is happening now. Right now, people who can afford, okay,
Okay.
people who want convenience, people who have that discretionary income, they are the
Right.
ones who are buying online. Okay, those who don't have that, they prefer to go offline and buy things. So the there was a time when we used to assume that D2C is cheaper because you don't have to have a shop or a storefront or pay
Right.
taxes and stuff. You
Right.
can sell things online. You are
Right.
cutting down on all the middlemen, right?
Right.
That's not true anymore, because in D2C there are two middlemen, okay, which are who are like even more worse than the offline middlemen. One is the ad platform, because the money you spend, that will eat away your profits. Second
Right.
middleman is the shipping companies. Okay,
Okay.
so in India, cancellation, cash on delivery is a big problem. Right? People don't trust you. So we are in a very high trust deficit market. So
Okay.
people always want to buy on cash on delivery. Almost like 60-70% of the orders are CODs, right?
Okay. Okay.
So because of this, there's a lot of cancellations, and when there's a cancellation, the shipping company will have to again reverse pick up the product. So you have to pay double the charge for shipping,
Right.
right? So these are the things that are eating away the profits, right?
Okay.
So the future of D2C e-commerce here is that we need to be very practical to understand that the market is not one 140 crore people in India. That's
Okay.
not the market. The market is, there are hardly, um, 15 crore people who actually buy online.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
it's a very small number.
And
Okay,
they focused in just tier one, tier two cities, or are they spread across the country?
mostly it is tier 1, tier 2. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so the fact is that again it goes back to your per capita income, right? So in India the per capita income is just 2000 US dollars, that is 13,000 rupees per month,
Right.
is a household income. Okay, so
Right.
if you remove the top 3% of the rich people in India, the remaining 97 percentage, if you put an average, that will be around 4,000 rupees per month household income, right? So when the
Okay.
per capita income is not there, people don't have discretionary income to buy things online.
Exactly.
right? So I buy online on Amazon, I buy online on Zepto, because I have the discretionary income and I don't have time to go up to go around and do shopping,
Right.
right?
Right.
So this is the audience. So moving forward, online, like buying things online is going to be expensive than offline. Okay,
Okay.
and only people who are busy and who have discretionary income are going to buy these products. Okay,
Right. Right.
so the future will be to build products and build unique shopping experience for people who have discretionary income. And again, what kind of products are going to attract these people? Mostly it will be status elevating products. Okay,
Okay.
things like
Okay.
furniture, things like gadgets, things like jewelry, right?
Okay.
These are the ones where when people are spending with status in mind, they don't bargain, they are willing to pay, right? Nobody
Okay.
bargains for an iPhone,
Right.
right?
Right.
Nobody,
Right.
nobody's gonna bargain for a jewelry. Just because you like the jewelry, you like the design, you will pay whatever it is because you want it, right?
Right.
And these are the people who can afford also. So the point I'm trying to say is, you can build small happy businesses which are focused on people who can afford.
Anthony,
Simple.
great point. I actually just had this one last question in mind, and your statement, small businesses. Is is doing D2C in India possible? I mean, profitable at a smaller scale? Because I assume the more most of the case studies where you see, a lot of these D2C firms raise a lot of money, spend tons on marketing, and that's where the losses start, going skywards. So, do you think it's feasible
Yeah.
in India to maintain and just try to? I mean, if you're happy with a small time business, you think D2C is profitable?
Yes, absolutely. The point will be not to have like 10 companies that are like unicorns, rather than 100 companies which are doing like 10 crore a month, sorry, 10 crore a year revenue. Small
Okay,
happy businesses. And see, again, you will also keep your costs low if you are limiting your volumes and the area you service. Okay, why not create products which you service only in Delhi,
okay,
and you
okay,
can deliver within 3 hours and 4 hours? There are companies now evolving. I've seen a furniture brand which is just doing e-commerce in Chennai and Bangalore, only two cities, and they are
okay.
now clocking more than 3 crores a month.
Wow, that's awesome, and they're profitable as well.
Yes, very well.
Wow, that's really good. That's what I wanted to ask.
It is tempting to see, oh hey, we have such a big population, everybody's a customer, everybody's not a customer.
Right, right. I think this point has now started to come out across, people, that we are looking at the wrong numbers when it comes down to the real buying population that is there. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So this should also drive your content. So when I am writing content, I'm very conscious about this to attract the right people. Even for me, when I create content, everybody's not my audience.
Right. Right. I think knowing your audience before creating your content is like one of the most important factors, right? Otherwise, you're just writing very, you're very scattered,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And again, see, this is something that I also want to highlight. Like recently, I think 2 3 weeks back, we had this whole fiasco about Shantanu Deshpande, telling about this 18-hour work week.
Right, right, right.
Are you aware of it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He spoke about 18-hour work days, and people should just, I mean, youngsters particularly should just work their asses off and not do anything else, kind of in the
Of
first.
course, everybody knows about it. But the question is, so many people spent so many hours in responding to that and creating content for that, right?
Right, right, right.
That is what is utter waste of people's time, right? So these
Yeah.
are temptations, and people were getting lot of likes and shares and comments if they bad mouth somebody online, right? It's like a rage. Everybody is coming together to badmouth somebody and defame somebody and give an opinion and troll somebody, right?
Right.
But that's not the business objective to be on LinkedIn, right? It was even tempting for me to go and write something about it, but I'm not doing it because the objective is very clear that every single minute that I'm spending, the time I'm spending, I'm not getting back. It's gone forever.
Wow.
So if at all I'm spending time, I'm gonna create content that's gonna drive me business. That's gonna solve a problem, a practical problem for my clients. If I
That
solve
really,
a problem, they will pay me money. That's what
right.
will drive a business, not trolling somebody, not bad mouthing somebody, and all those nonsense.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I think laser focus and identifying your goals and working accordingly really, really should be the factor. You know, um,
Yeah.
but that's this has really been a very healthy and a very informative conversation, Anthony. And I when are you launching on YouTube? You just mentioned earlier that you guys are coming down
No,
on YouTube.
we are on YouTube already. We just so we launched YouTube like 2 3 years back, and then we went cold.
Okay.
So now we are slowly getting back on track, and we are dishing out content. So now the plan is to launch at least 2 videos a week on YouTube.
Okay, but I'm assuming that are you guys seeing any nice traction from there? Any particular learnings
See,
from there?
YouTube is a brilliant platform because it's kind of evergreen, right? So LinkedIn may we have a 24-hour window. So if I post today, I get sales. If I don't post tomorrow, I won't get sales. Okay.
Okay.
But what we have seen with YouTube is if we create content and if it is something that people are looking for, if people are searching for it, then the SEO kicks in, and that then it's an evergreen platform that gets you constant sales, right?
Oh, okay.
So that is something that we are seeing from a long term perspective, right?
Great.
So I mean we have a small channel with, say, I think 25 to 30 videos on WhatsApp. This is something that we recorded like last year,
Okay.
and then we went cold for almost a year. We did not post a single piece of video,
Okay.
and like till now it is still generating 5,000 odd views every month without doing any effort. That is free traffic that is coming in, right? Now
Okay.
the vision is that how can we make this 5,000 into 50,000 views every month, right?
Right.
That's all we
Right.
need. Like, again, for us, we don't want millions of subscribers or millions of views, right? Because the audience that we are dealing with is totally different, and there are not many people who are looking out for business content and strategies compared to a movie review or some controversial stuff or
Right.
motivational stuff, right?
Right.
So our goal right now is, can we get 50,000 views organically on YouTube, and then that can that drive sales for our community, and then eventually our workshops and courses.
Right, right, right. So for all those who are listening in, YouTube is for evergreen. If you're posting out evergreen content, it doesn't matter. People will keep on coming back and probably finding you. Uh, that's and you know what? I'm still very surprised, Anthony, with the kind of laser focus that you've had. And you're not going in for the number of likes and the number of shares, the dopamine, like you said, which really others are driven by and motivated by. That's probably one of the biggest learnings from this conversation that I've had from you.
Let
Um,
me give you also one more secret.
right. Okay.
Okay. Again, only if you want to take it.
Yes, please, please. More than happy. Please.
Okay, so the biggest secret is, whenever you do something, just look out what everybody else is doing
Okay.
and do the exact opposite.
All right. And so, tell me
There is
how you.
there is
Uh,
there is less competition there, and there is less bullshit there. Okay, see, people, majority of them will be driven towards those dopamine triggering activity, right?
right. Right.
Do the exact opposite. There are very less people who can sit and give a business use case and break down stuff and show
Right.
revenue and talk about the breakups and stuff. That's
Right.
just probably 0.1 percentage. So it's better to be in that 0.1 percentage than be the, be in the mass,
Right,
right?
right.
Who are like posting motivational stuff, and there's no differentiation per se.
Right, right. Because if and I think what you're saying really stands true as well. Because when I look at your content, I'm always like, I really look forward to your content. To be frank, it's always very, very informative. And now that you're backing it up with the numbers, you're saying in the first 4 months, that's 120 days. If you posted 120 pieces of content and you got 160 queries and 160 calls, that automatically,
Yeah,
proves what you're saying, that provide that real value, provide. And because not many are doing it, and there you go, you're getting the results, the business results that you really wanted, rather than the superficial results
yeah.
like likes and shares and so forth,
Yeah,
right?
the simple secret is this: before you hit post, before you hit publish, ask the question: is this post gonna really solve a problem for the client who can eventually pay you?
Right,
If
right.
not, don't post it.
Makes sense, makes sense. This is a particular question one needs to keep in mind. Right.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts that you want to share with us, Anthony? Any other piece of advice that you think any creator who's looking to use, who's looking to leverage content for their businesses, any particular last piece of advice? Or you think you've given out a lot of your trade secrets? So,
I will say, it's a great time to be alive,
right,
with so much opportunity in front of us, and creating content opens up a lot of opportunity. Okay, and i'm
right,
i'm still mesmerized with the results that I've gotten for just being consistent for the last 300 days. I'm
wow,
just wishing that, if I stay, I mean, if I stay consistent for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, what can
right,
happen? Okay,
exactly,
it is not that quick instant hit, but the long term, content engine that we build, right? So we hear Ankur Wariku talk about building a content trust engine, right?
right,
So that is very important, that keep documenting, keep adding value, and keep it consistent. It's not that one post is going to make you a millionaire or billionaire. It is this small baby steps over a period of time. Now when I look back, I am surprised that I have more than 300 posts on LinkedIn, right?
right.
So
That's
this
that's
will
really
compound and give you big results. So that is important. So point is, the opportunity is there, the barrier to entry is very, very less. Either you can write or you can record an audio. If you are very good in video, take video. So it is not mandatory that everybody has to do everything. Just do
right.
one thing which you are good at, and just enjoy that journey, have fun. Automatically the results will show up.
Wow, that's really amazing, Anthony. Thanks for this last piece of advice. The idea is consistency, and compounding will automatically start showing you results. Like, keep on maintaining that, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Once again, Anthony, thanks a lot for coming down. For this podcast, for this interview. It's really been, we've gotten a lot of insights, and wishing you all the best for the YouTube that you've started, and for your future business endeavors as well.
Thank you so much, Jugal. I had fun with this conversation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.